Good morning. It is Saturday, February 18th. I'm not even sure of the date, but it's Saturday. Here's Georgia, and you can see two puppies are nursing, and you got a bunch on the little heating pad, which is actually turned off, but I think it's still probably a little bit warm, and one puppy is, I don't know what the puppy's doing with her legs underneath her, maybe just staying warm. I am going to be cleaning up the whelping box. As you can see, it's a little bit dirty with the blankets, and I am currently making some puppy formula because one of the puppies, the only one without a collar, we took the collar off because it kept sliding, was born at 10.2 ounces and went down to 9.7 ounces the day after it was born. Yesterday it was 9.9 ounces, and then this morning when I weighed it, it was 10.1. So we've been feeding it or supplementing it with a syringe, and then actually at times taking puppies away so it can nurse. This puppy here with a yellow collar, we've named him Duke. He actually is bigger at this age than any of the puppies from the litter of only 6. So a lot of times I will detach him. There's 3 puppies that are small, but honestly, Ireland, who actually you can only her legs are sticking out. She's right by the one with the pink on, and then Lavender, my daughter named her after the Taylor Swift. She is buried underneath there. That's her feet and legs moving right now. She's the tiny one. So what I read was to let her nurse alone and one of the back teats. So that's where more milk will come out. So I would do that for her a couple times. So she's been gaining. We've been weighing her multiple times a day just to make sure she's gaining. But just wanted to show you, and then I'm going to show you quickly how I make the puppy formula. So here's the puppy formula. It's one of 2 brands I found on the internet. It came in the original whelping box we had for the previous litter. I don't know if you can read that. I actually had to take a picture and then zoom in because I'm 50 and it's hard to read such tiny writing. So you do 1 part puppy formula with 2 parts milk. So whatever that you want it to be. I've decided to make a bigger bowl today. We will be supplementing the 2 other puppies that are on the smaller side. And we do have a sheet, actually I will show it to you in a minute, that kind of tracks the puppies. So I can't hold this and make the formula, but you do 1 part of the powder, and I bought powder. So you can buy it liquid. Obviously it's not, I can't even open this. It's not as economical to buy the liquid. And knowing that we were having a litter of 11 puppies, I actually bought 2. One of the things I also do is when I transition the puppies to dog food, puppy food, I put some of this milk in so it softens it up and they like it. Actually, I'll leave the lid off. And hold on a second, I will pause this video and then go show you my chart. Hold on. So here's the chart I made up. You can buy one, but I work in finance, so I'm comfortable with Excel. So you can see these are the birth weights. So Tom, I start him, we supplement him. So he was born at 13.3, he went to 13.4 and 13.2. These could be rounding errors, but as you'll see, he hasn't gained weight. So I wanted to start that. Lavender has nicely gained weight. She started just under a pound, and now she's pound 0.15. Rex, I feel like this is wrong. So it's possible it was just wrong from my notes since I was doing this at like 4 a.m. Then he went to 1 pound, 2 ounces, 0.1, and this is 1 pound, 2 ounces, 0.7. Teal started at 10.8, went to 15.8 and 15.2. These 2 were born within 10 minutes, so I honestly, don't know if the scale didn't calibrate right or something was wrong with my eyes, but they've gained a ton of weight. Orange started at 13.2, went to 12.3, and then this is 1 pound, 0.29. Now, my daughter's writing this down. I'm just going to assume it's accurate, but you can see that Scott has gained weight and is actually pretty robust right now. Bo, who's purple, is 14.6, went to 14.8, and then this is technically 16.6 ounces, so pretty good. Dakota, 15.5, 15.8, and then 1 pound, 0.02. So that's, 16 ounces. Red is my daughter's, again, my daughter named hers after Taylor Swift albums. So red is red and lavender is lavender. But 12.6 went to 11.8 and then 11.6. So he has gone down. We have starred him, so we supplement him as well. Sky blue, 1 pound, 0.8 ounces, 1 pound, 2.1 ounces, and 1 pound, 3.6 ounces. Yellow is Duke. He started out as 1 pound, 2.3 ounces, 1.5 pounds, went down a little bit. I do pull him off. I did tell you I've done that. So I will stop doing that because we don't want to see a puppy that's going down in weight. It's also one of these things, because they're so small, if they go potty right before you weigh them, that can affect it. I know Ireland, who I worry about, the runt of the litter went down, stayed the same, but I did weigh her this morning at 10.1. I'm not going to calculate it. And she was actually 9.9 last night before I went to bed. I'm not going to calculate it till we do them all at the same time. But last night she weighed 9.9 and then she peed on me. So she probably would have gone down. But I was happy to see before I went to bed she was 10.1. I'm sorry, 9.9. And then this morning she was 10.1 right when I woke up. So we keep track of this. Usually, in the last litter, we actually have all the notes. I'll show you this from the last litter. Hold on 1 second. So the last litter, we kept track of everything. And this one went across. This one I came with the whelping kit and it went across. I like to do it the way, obviously, I like to do it the way I did it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it that way. But you can see these also, I didn't realize I could change the units on the scale. So this is on percentages of pounds. So this is 0.87 pounds. So it's not in ounces. But you can see that we did it the first week, we did it the second week, and then we kind of did it a little bit the third week, and then we stopped. The last litter, the first puppy, Raina, was the one that was tiny, but this is actually the equivalent of 13 ounces. So Raina was born bigger than what Lavender's weighing now. Ireland, which is the last puppy born. So Raina did better, and you can see really quickly, day 4, she was at 1 pound. So we are at day 4, I believe. It's a little bit of a blur. So we're on day 4. So I would imagine that Ireland is not going to be 1 pound. She would need to get to 16 ounces. So it's going to take her a little bit longer to catch up. One of the interesting things to note is that Raina started off on the smaller side, and she stayed the smaller side. What was it? Sammy. Sammy was mine. So Sammy actually was the smallest at 0.86 of the previous litter. I got to name Sammy. But he ended up 315. So he ended up bigger than 2 of the puppies. And actually, I don't know if it shows it down here. He was 8.2 down here. So you can see they kind of, we had the one big, Buster, I think, was our biggest, although it doesn't show it. No. So Sophia ended up being our biggest. It was crazy. It was crazy how much they grew and how quickly. By the time they left, they were like 30 pounds. So I'm gonna go make some litter. Sorry, I don't know why I said litter. I'm gonna go make some formula, and then I will show you how I try to feed Ireland. She's not the greatest at it, which is probably why she's so small. To get back to this current litter, Tom and Red are very good at drinking from the dropper. I mean, they get their tongue going. They're all about it. Ireland is still struggling a little bit, and I have Red is because she's weak. So if she isn't gaining weight, I would immediately take her to the vet. But because we've got her on a nice system now, we feed her about every 3 hours during the day, and that's worked out nicely. So hold on 1 minute. Oops. So Georgia wants to say hi. She's now nursing 4 puppies. As you see, Duke is still there. But here is Ireland. Ireland, I don't know if you can tell how tiny she is. Blue is actually one of the smaller ones. That's Tom. And she's actually smaller than Tom. But I'm gonna pick up one of these little, I don't know if you can see, one of these little square fleecy things to put on my lap to help hold her. Sorry, I was gonna do this when my daughter's awake, but then my daughter always has something else to do. So, but I wanted to show you. So here is Ireland. And I named her, I don't know if you saw the other video, she was green when she came out, which happens sometimes. And so I quickly named her Ireland, and then the other puppy I got to name. So we have 11 puppies, so just everybody we name in order. So Gavin, my oldest, names the first one. My daughter names the second one. My son Liam, who is my third oldest, names the third one. And then my son Owen names the fourth one. And then I get to name one, and then my husband gets to name one. But because we're 11, I got to name 2. My husband only gets to name 1. So Ireland was the last one born. So I quickly named her, well, she's green, so I named her Ireland. And then I named my other puppy Scotland. So my father-in-law's father, so I guess my grandfather-in-law, came from Ireland, and my mother's father, so my grandfather, came from Scotland. So we got them both covered. And let me, she's moving a little bit. This is probably gonna be difficult to do while I'm holding the phone, but I'm going to try. If not, I'll show you what I do. So I usually put her on her back, and I wanna say I wedge her. Well, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, I would probably need someone else to hold the phone. If I can. I kind of try to wedge her right in here, and I will wrap her up. So let me pause this and see if I can set her up. I wrap her up so she doesn't squirm so much, so I can get the dropper. But doing this one-handed is not really working, and having her fall would be horrible. So just hold on 1 minute. Okay, so this totally reminds me of my babies. My kids slept as babies with the hands up. So she's all comfy, she's quiet, she's got a little tongue out. I did get the dropper. This is 5 milliliters. She's gotten better at eating. In the past, I've had to pry her mouth open, but it seems like she's getting much better at eating. So she is so much better at eating. She's got her tongue going. I think maybe because she's getting stronger and she's knowing that I'm giving her a little food. This is amazing. I will tell you, the first time it like dribbled all down my hands when I was holding her. So you do have to see, like, and I had to prop her mouth open. You know, I don't know if you, with dogs, you kind of get your fingers where the jaw is. Oh my God, I'm so impressed. I'm so excited. This is really exciting because, yeah, I had to pry her mouth open, and I would put it in, and half of it would dribble all down my hands. She wouldn't open her mouth. She's got her tongue going. Look at that. She's excited. Oh, this is awesome. This is so awesome. So I'm going to stop it there because I got the camera and she's squirming and I don't want her to fall. So, I didn't stop it there. So this is my Ireland. I'm hoping I get to keep her. We have 4 dogs. There's Oakley. There's the dad. So he's not allowed in this gate, and he knows it. And if he tries to walk in, Georgia will get up and let him know he's not allowed. So he is not allowed to interact with the dog, so about 4 weeks old, and that is Georgia. That is Georgia, the mama, says no. The other 2 dogs we have don't even walk in here because Georgia doesn't want to walk in here. Yesterday, we had one of my daughter's cat come in, and we was like right over here, and Georgia got out and busted around and went after the cat. She's very protective of her babies. And in fact, I think I have 8 teenage boys sleeping in the basement. My son had a bunch of friends spend the night. And the idea was they have to come in and out through the back door. They're not allowed upstairs. They have to, they want anything, my son has to get it, you know. So anyway, so now Ireland is sleeping, and usually I hold on to her for a little bit and wrap her up and pretend she's a baby because I love her. I love all the puppies, but you know, you always feel bad for the one that struggles and feeding, but that was really exciting. So usually I try to give her about 10 milliliters of food 3 times a day. Sorry, every 3 hours. I said that wrong. However, it's best if she nurses. So if she wants to stop a little under 5 milliliters, maybe she's nursed before. I do see a free teat right there, but usually I have her nurse alone or with one of the other puppies that isn't gaining as much weight. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you guys all have a good day. And Georgia says, bye-bye.